If you are experiencing foundation issues, get a free estimate from Ox Foundations.
School is out, but it won't be long before school reconvenes. And to talk about school this morning is Marci Davidson. And Marci, good morning to you.
Good morning. Good morning.
So good to have you aboard. Tell us a little bit about the school you're representing this morning.
Well, we're opening up a classical Christian school called Veritas in Sylacauga. We focus on the classical education, and we have a different way of delivery in the way that we teach our students.
Okay. Now, you kind of had some background in this. Talk about your background.
Well, I've been teaching for the past 13 years.
Mm-hmm.
I taught 10 years in the public school, 1 year in a traditional private school, and this is my second year in classical education.
So what led the group to open a school in the Sylacauga area? I understand it's going to be at Sylacauga's First Assembly?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
What led you to do that?
Well, after having taught in the classical school, I noticed a dynamic difference in the way that we delivered the lessons, the number of hands-on activities that the students participated in, and the way that we teach the students to have a Christian worldview. Mm-hmm. And like you said, I'm very thankful for Sylacauga First Assembly for housing our facility this year.
To be honest with you, I'm not familiar with Veritas. Talk about how it got started and where we go from here.
Well, Veritas was started by Dave and Bev Kinsey in 1995 in Alpharetta, Georgia. Over the years, it has grown and it has spread through the Atlanta area. Currently, there are 20 different schools in 5 different states, and the classical education movement is spreading like wildfire.
What is classical education?
Well, classical education I focus on one difference between classical education because there are several differences. Mm-hmm. We believe in the trivium, and by that I mean in kindergarten through 6th grade, we believe in laying the foundation as far as teaching them knowledge, teaching them to memorize those facts, gaining that content knowledge. When they get to the 7th through the 10th grade, we start focusing on how to take that knowledge and analyze it and ask those why questions. Well, why did this character do this? What made him do this? And have more of a Socratic questioning session in class. When they get to the upper high school grades, we then begin to teach them how to develop a thesis and how to defend that thesis so that they're not knocked off of their feet when they hit the doors of college and that college professor hits them with, there is no God, or the theory of evolution. They're firm in their faith, and they're able to stand and defend themselves and in the Bible. Based on the facts in the Bible.
Talk a little bit more in depth. By the way, we're talking with Marci Davidson, who has been a teacher for 13 years, and she's been married 17 to Joseph Davidson. Many of you might remember Joseph from his days on the Coosa County Sheriff's Office down there, and I understand he's with Talladega County now, right?
He is working with Talladega County now.
Okay, and got a couple of children?
Yes, I have a 7-year-old Laura Elizabeth, and going to be a 17-year-old in a couple of weeks, Seth Davidson. So I have them at both ends of the spectrum.
There you go. Talk more in depth about Veritas and what it's going to be offering here with the school.
Most definitely. We serve kindergarten through 12th grade, and we even offer on-site dual enrollment classes that are transferable. We've had several meetings with CAC, and they're aware of our on-site dual enrollment classes. So we offer a traditional classroom experience with the flexibility of homeschool, and that is a plus. That is a prize in itself. We offer the classical Christian school model at a very competitive I'm sorry.
Competitive?
Yes, competitive.
That too, right?
Tuition rate. Yes, tuition rate. Our curriculum consists of Bible, language arts, history, science, math, and your liberal arts. We place a heavy emphasis on writing, reading, and arithmetic, logic, and reasoning, and we focus on developing a well-rounded student who is a lifelong learner and ready to engage in the world.
Now, again, I ask you this because I really don't know, and you can educate myself and a number of the viewers that are watching this morning. The differences between private Christian school and classical Christian education. What's the differences there?
Okay, as I mentioned before, we believe in the trivium.
Yeah.
And with that, this teaching methodology focuses on the reading, the writing, the speaking, and the logic across all content areas. So we put reading and writing and speaking in math, in science, in all of your curriculums across the board. We teach them to ask the question, why? We teach them to ask themselves, how does this relate to God's Word? How can we compare this to God's Word? We teach them not to be afraid to ask the question why. And this creates a curiosity. And the more curious they become about these questions, the more interested they're going to become in their learning process. And that's our goal. We want them to become independent owners. We want them to own the learning process themselves and not have to be constantly pushed all the time. We want them to develop a curiosity and a yearning to learn.
What about the teacher-student ratio as far as classrooms are concerned?
With different grade levels, we have different caps. We don't like to get over 15 to 16 between our grade levels. Now we do first and second together, third and fourth, fifth and sixth, seventh and eighth in our high school.
Yeah.
And that tends to work very well. Some people seem to be skeptical about that. Even I was when I was first introduced to the way it's done. However, it allows those children who may be in the lower grade level to work towards that higher grade level, and it challenges them. And they want to be doing what that upper grade level's doing. So it's worked out very well.
This is your second year.
This is my second year in classical education, yes.
Now, what drew you and your family in?
Well, I felt as a parent who has students in a classical education, I felt like it put the power of my children's education back in my hands. A lot of times in the school system, you kind of feel helpless when it comes to helping your child and helping them get educated. You don't know what's going on in the classroom and so on and so forth. With the way that we do things, both the teacher and the parents have a partnership, and hand in hand they work toward the success of that child. That's what the number one thing that drew me in. I felt like I was back in control of both of my children's education.
So, is registration already started? Or?
Registration is already started. We're taking registration through August. The first day of school is August 14th. If you register during the month of June, we are dropping the application fee. That's a $25 discount in itself. So we're encouraging anyone that wants to register to get in contact with us. I'm at the office on Wednesdays and Thursdays from...
Are you there?
Yes,
Okay.
I am there on Wednesdays and Thursdays all day. And I will get the information in your hands if you want it.
Now, question that some people may have this morning, what is the connect with Sylacauga First Assembly and Veritas School?
Well, we're searching for a facility when we decided that we wanted to open a school in Sylacauga.
The nearest one's in what, Alex City?
Alexander City. And we're almost 80 students now.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So we were searching for a facility, and we sent a few emails out to a couple of churches in this area, and Sylacauga First Assembly welcomed us with open arms, and they let us have access to a number of classrooms, the lunchroom, the gym. I mean, they've just received, we're very thankful for their hospitality.
Why is a school like this needed, in your opinion, in our area?
Well, I will tell you this. Veritas is a college preparatory school. We teach the students to come up to the standard. We don't bring the standard down. We teach the students to come and up to the standard, work towards that standard. We do not lower our standards under any circumstances. That is important because in today's workforce, they have got to learn by the time they graduate, there are standards that you have to adhere to when you enter on that job. Those standards are not going to be lowered just because you don't want to do something, you don't feel like doing something. You've got to work up to the demands that are on that job. And that's why a school like this, a college preparatory school, is needed, greatly needed in this day and time, because a lot of times teachers are forced to water down the curriculum and the content in order to accommodate and that's fine. But there's got to be another place for those students who want to work ahead and who want to press forward. And this is, I have to say, the perfect environment for that.
All right. Marci Davidson is our guest this morning. I don't know if your official title, is it headmaster? What is it?
You know what? I was asked that. I've been asked that several times. I have been asked if I want to be called the headmaster, the director. I'm going to be teaching just as much as my other teachers. I believe it's left up to me as the leader to set the standard for the rest of my teachers. So I just call myself the lead teacher.
Okay. Now finally this morning, what can parents and grandparents expect when they step on to the campus of Veritas Christian Classical School? What's going to be some of the things that kind of strike them a little bit?
First of all, we teach the students structure. We have great discipline, and the children will be greatly disciplined. Let me back up. Not physically or anything like that. We teach them the right way to walk down the hall. We teach them how to act in different situations, so they will notice the structure and the discipline to be what it's supposed to be. They will notice an environment of integrity. They will notice that the students are at work at all times, because the workload tends to be a little bit more, but once the students and the teachers get in their rhythm and their routine, it all flows together. But if you want to move up at a faster pace, there are going to be challenges. And so, at the beginning of each week, the parents receive an assignment sheet for the entire week. Everything that we're doing in that entire week is on that assignment sheet, so the teachers are aware as well as the parents, and they're working together to accomplish that goal.
Okay. Is it a Monday through Friday?
We are a Monday through Thursday school.
Okay.
Fridays are optional. We use Fridays for extracurricular activities, science projects, mission projects. We go out into the community and do mission work in the nursing homes. We like to visit different local businesses. So we use Fridays as a hands-on field trip, experience where the kids get to go out in the real world and put to work what they've learned in the classroom.
K-5 through high school.
Yes.
And that's Veritas Christian Classical School. It's on the campus of Sylacauga First Assembly on Highway 280 out at Oak Grove. And of course, the registration is going on right now. And if you register before the end of June, there's a little break right there.
Yes, yes.
And Marci Davidson is our guest this morning. She's the lead teacher over at Veritas Christian Classical School. And I don't know if this is the right venue to bring this up, but everybody's looking at cost. You know, there's financial means to everything, and I guess you have a structure that's set up as well, correct?
Yes, we do. We have a very affordable tuition cost. It's for a full-time student. It's $3,600. You can pay it all at once, and you receive a 10% discount if you do pay it all at once, or you can pay in monthly installments from 10, 11, or it can be paid in installments over 10, 11, or 12 months.
All right. What does that entail? That $3,600. What does that cover?
That is a full-time student. Everything that we teach in that school, that student will have access to.
Okay. All right. Marci, we thank you for being with us this morning.
Thank you.
From Veritas Christian Classical School, which will open its doors brand new in the Sylacauga area. That's coming up in August, and you can register your child right now, K-5 through high school. Now, if maybe they need more information, is there a website or anything, or a telephone number they can contact you guys?
You can contact me at 256-596-0540. My email is veritasSylacauga@gmail.com, and our website is veritask12.com.
And Thursdays and Fridays you're at the office?
Wednesdays and Thursdays.
Wednesdays and Thursdays,
yes.
And the time?
On Wednesdays, 8 up until after church. I'm there all day.
Okay.
And Thursdays from 8 till 3:30.
All right. Hey, it's a pleasure having you with us this morning. And good luck and Godspeed to Veritas Christian Classical School, opening its doors, K-5 through high school, over at Sylacauga's First Assembly of God. They'll be using their facility there, and we look forward to hearing more and more success stories from there. Marci, thanks for coming this morning.
Thank you for having me.
More Daybreak right after this.